What's up, heroes? It's Jarvis, and I'm here with another episode, just sharing an enlightenment that I had recently from reading this book, The Daily Stoic. If you aren't familiar with Ryan Holiday and The Daily Stoic, it is an amazing book. It's just 366 days worth of philosophy, of wisdom, of golden nuggets, great tactics of how to live a very vibrant, fruitful life. So it's cool. It's broken down until you read one page a day, just like a daily devotional. And each page is just filled with buckets of wisdom that start your day and kind of light your day on fire. And so I read it every day. Every day I pull out the Daily Stoic as part of my morning routine. I wake up at 4 a.m, so I have a really extensive morning routine where I meditate and I get really intentional about what I want to create that day. And then I do some reading or some learning. And so every day I pick a book or something to kind of enrich my morning. And so a lot of times it's the Daily Stoic. And so I want to share what this passage that I just read with you, and because it really shined a light on one of the things that has had the biggest impact on my personal growth over the last 5 years, is this concept that I'm about to share with you right now. And so I'm just going to go ahead and read this passage. It's called Watching the Wise. Take a good hard look at people's ruling principle, especially of the wise, what they run away from and what they seek out. And that was by Marcus Aurelius. Seneca has said, without a ruler to do it against, you can't make crooked straight. That is the role of wise people in our lives, to serve as role models and inspiration, to bounce our ideas off of and test our presumptions. Who that person will be for you is up to you. Perhaps it's your father or mother. Maybe it's a philosopher or a writer or a thinker. Perhaps what would Jesus do is the right model for you. But pick someone, watch what they do and what they don't do, and do your best to do the same. Who is that person for you? Pick someone, watch what they do and what they don't do, and do your best to do the same. This concept of modeling greatness is profound. I remember I was listening to a podcast by Russell Brunson last year. And at the time of my life, I was I had started my coaching practice, my coaching business, and I had been stuck for years. I had the same number of clients making the same level of income. And I was trying all these different strategies, digital marketing and email marketing and Facebook ads. And I was trying to find ways to grow my audience and grow my clients and scale my business. And so I got deep into, funnels and Russell Brunson. So I was listening to one of Russell Brunson's podcasts, and he was going through his goal setting process that he goes through. So every year he goes through a goal setting process, and he was sharing his goal setting process on this podcast. And he's saying, so here's what I do. Every year I pick my goals. He says, step one, I pick the goal. I identify what I'm trying to work for. I set the finish line. I determine what's most important to me for that year, and I create a big goal in that area of my life. And he says, step two, I find a guide. The very next thing I do is I find a guide, someone that I can look up to, someone that can coach me, someone that can mentor me, someone that I can model myself after, someone who has seen some success or demonstrates success in that area, and I model myself after them. His second step is he found a guide. And here I had been banging my head up against the wall, trying to figure out how to get to this goal, how to get to this next level. And that was just an aha moment for me. It's like I had the goals. I was very clear on the goals. What I never had was the guide. I never had a coach or a mentor or someone, to follow. Even books can be your guide. Like, you don't necessarily have to know the person for you to model yourself after them. So even reading about people you can use as your guides. But there I was trying to figure all this stuff out on my own. And when Russell said that, is like the next step after you've determined what your goal is, the second step is to find a guide. For me, it was a light bulb moment. And that day I made the decision that I need a guide for every area of my life, not just my business, but in every goal that I have, I need a guide. I need a model. I need someone that already has success or demonstrates or permeates success for that. And I need to either find some way to get in contact with them. I need to find some way to build a relationship with them, or I need to hire them. And the shortcut, I need to just pay them for them to give me and offer me advice, wisdom, and direction for that area of my life. And that day was a defining moment for me. That day I went out and I had 3 big goals I was working on. And for every one of my goals, I had to either find a mentor or hire a coach for each area that I was looking for success in. That was the first time in my life I ever committed to investing a significant amount of money in coaching and mentorship. That's the year I hired my first high-level coach. I paid $15,000 to coach and guide me in business and scaling my business. That was the year I actively sought out, one of my goals was family. I actively sought out someone that I really respect from a family perspective. He was an extreme, family-oriented man. He cared and uplifted and put his family on such a high regard and a high pedestal. And I really admired that about him. I sought him out and I asked him if I could meet with him every other week where we can just talk about family and I could learn from him all the things he does to make sure that family is a priority, stays a priority in his life, and that he holds me accountable to doing the same. And so that was the first year I actively sought someone out to guide me with being the husband that I wanted to be, the ultimate family man, the ultimate father that I know I could be and should be. That was the first year I actually hired a physical trainer for my fitness. My fitness is a goal. And so I was in the gym just doing random stuff all the time with no direction. I would just go to the gym, picking up random weights, thinking I was doing something, never making any progress, stuck at the same weight for years. That was the first year I actually hired a physical trainer to guide me on what are the right things to do, not just random things, but the right things to do. And so every area of my life, every goal, I had to go out and find a mentor or hire someone. And that year was transformational for me. It was like you've seen the cartoons where the clouds open up and then like rainbows and sunshine and stars and unicorns start flying out. And that's how it was for me. It was like a grand awakening. It's like, wow, all this time here I was trying to figure things out, getting stuck in place, trying to learn everything on my own, making a lot of mistakes, having a lot of failures, a lot of frustrations. And here I was, all I had to do was connect with other people that have already done it, that are already there, that have already learned all the mistakes, that have already corrected those mistakes and have come up with the formula for success. They already have the answer. All I had to do was connect with them and get the download. And then boom, how much faster did I go? And so this concept of watching the wise, finding someone to model yourself after, and then I'll take that a next step further. It's not just finding someone to model yourself after, but then how can you get close contact with them? How can you establish some sort of relationship with them where you're either meeting with them on a regular basis or you hire them to be your coach? And quite frankly, I went that route, especially for my business goal. I went the route of where I just hired a coach, one, because it's a shortcut. A lot of high level people, they don't just have time to just meet with you and just donate themselves and their availability to you. So oftentimes you have to actually hire them as coaches. Hiring someone is a shortcut as opposed to trying to organically weasel your way into their life for them to try to start investing their time in you. So it's a shortcut to getting that mentorship is just hire someone. But two, more importantly for me, it was a breakthrough for me because me investing in myself, that was the breakthrough. Me putting $15,000 on the table and say, hey, boom, I'm investing in this. I took it way more seriously. I showed up on time. I executed everything we talked about. I was very diligent and paid attention. Like I took it more seriously because I was paying so much for it. And it was just that me making this level of investment in myself proved to myself that I was worthy, that I was worth it. Like, it's hard for me to describe it, but it was more of an internal breakthrough, just of me swiping my credit card. That alone was the victory, because it was me showing myself that I am worth it. I deserve this. I deserve success in my business, and I'm going to get it because I'm investing in myself. And that alone gave me confidence to then go out and start charging more for my services and going after bigger deals and offering bigger packages to my clients and delivering at a higher level, because I was paying at that level. So now I felt I deserved to go out and charge other people at that level. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's this congruency thing. When you pay for something now, it automatically lifts up your confidence and acumen in yourself for you to now turn around and do that and offer a higher level of service to other people that people will pay you more for. So just that act alone, I doubled my business because I grew into a bigger person. Just because it changed my identity. Now I'm the type of person that pays $15,000 to have a coach or a board member for my company. I'm that type of person now. So now now I deliver a higher level of service that other people will pay at a much higher level for, right? So when you start paying for things and paying fair price for things, you raise who you are as a person. And that alone will start to attract higher level people into your life, higher level clients. That's going to increase your income. So that's just a sidebar. But I went the route of hiring someone to be my coach and guide and mentor in my life. But you can do it the organic way. You can go out, find people. Maybe you already know people in your life that, you look up to for certain areas in finances, in budgeting, in how they raise their family, in their fitness level, or their passion for giving and service. Like, in all the things that matter most to you, you probably already know people that you look up to in those areas. It might be as simple as you just reaching out to them and saying, hey, is it okay if we get together for coffee every week or every other week where we could talk about these topics? So that's the organic way. Or the shortcut is to hire someone, hire a coach, join mastermind groups. Mastermind groups are another great way where you surround yourself. You pay to be a part of these groups where you surround yourself with other high-level people that are doing big things, and then you learn from them. You learn from watching them. They help guide you and coach you and shape your direction, just because you're kind of in the room with them. Proximity is power, as Tony Robbins would say. And so when you have a higher proximity to other high level people, then you all of a sudden become high level too. So this has been the fastest way that I've grown my business, grown personally. My own personal development has grown. My level of thinking has changed. I think on a different level now, because I'm associating with people who are at that level, who are at the next level, right? So I'm always looking for people that's at that next level that I can attach myself to, that can guide me in that direction. And so for you, what does that look like for you? Where are you stuck? Where do you need guidance? Where do you feel like you're frustrated, or you know there's more that you could be doing in that area, but you're not? Where can you find a guide, a coach, a mentor, a mastermind, a group of people, someone or a group, someone's that can push you along to help you overcome those obstacles? And this is, quite frankly, one of the things we do with the Morning Hero Method. The Morning Hero Method, I coach entrepreneurs, business owners, people who find themselves that they're short on time. They're overwhelmed with work and obligations, and they never have time for themselves, for their family, for their fitness, or to reinvest back in their business. They always feel like they don't have enough time. I show them how to optimize their time with what I call the Morning Hero Method. It's my step-by-step process of how do you wake up early, set your intentions, be very clear and focused, and get more done by noon than most people will get in the entire day. So I call it #done by noon. It literally is a process where you will be finished by noon, and then you have the rest of the day to do all the other things that you right now may not have time for. And so this is one of the ways I coach people. So if that's something that you need guidance on, I would love to guide you. I would love to help you. We actually have 10 spots that's opening up in next week for the Morning Hero Method. And if that's something that you'd be interested in, you've been looking for a coach or a guide or a mentor, there's a next level, you know that this is something that you need to put yourself into something that feels maybe a little uncomfortable, because that's where your growth is, then I challenge you to take a look at the Morning Hero Method. There should be a link below where you can see what the Morning Hero Method, the different options we have for our Morning Hero Method. But you come into this community, I'll personally guide you, coach you, and mentor you to your greatness every damn day, just like that sign says behind me. So this is just my revelation that I had today on how powerful, and I got this from the Daily Stoic, and I just wanted to share that with you. So if you want to be a morning hero, click below. You can learn about the Morning Hero Method, and we'll guide you to your greatness. All right, I'll see you guys in the next video.